you should feel, how you should stop, how you should just react. You got to keep on going and bust through any barrier that's placed in your way, because you are in pursuit of a blessing. But what we also got to look at here is that we cannot let disappointments sway our faith. We've asked and we've asked and we've asked and we've waited and we've waited and we've waited, and we haven't gotten what we thought we were supposed to get, because we're looking at it from our timeline and we're thinking about it from the way we would react. We look here and we see in verse 24, Jesus said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. She knew she wasn't of the house of Israel. She knew that. But Jesus is saying to her that I am not sent but unto them. Now, I'm telling you that explicitly. But what that is also implying is that if you are not of the lost sheep of the house of Israel, then these blessings that I have aren't for you at that time. Now, you're looking for something, and you're asking for a blessing, and you're seeking out a blessing. You've exhausted all your means on this end. Your traditions, your family ties, these different things that you've grown so accustomed to on this end. You've done everything on this end to try to get that desired result. You said, okay, well now it's not working on this end. Well, let me go and try. I've heard about this man Jesus. Let me see. I've heard the miracles that he's done. I heard that, that he can do thus and so. Let me go to him because I've exhausted my means on my end. So let me go to him and ask him, can you do this for me? My daughter is at home grievously vexed. Can you work this thing for me? And he says to her, I am not sent. Excuse me, he didn't say to her. He answered and said, the Bible doesn't explicitly state who it was said to. But it said that I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And that can be a disappointing thing when you hear something and you sought after something and what you thought was going to happen didn't happen, and you can be caught up in that disappointment and your faith can get to wavering. Because essentially, many times when we hear no, we don't hear not yet. All we hear is no. No can mean no, not at all. Or no can mean no, not just yet. Have you ever seen people who want a job but they can't even handle the little responsibilities? They want a promotion on their job, but they can't even handle the responsibilities that they have at their job right now. But they want a promotion. But when the boss says, I don't think you're ready, all they hear is, he just told me no. But essentially what he says, I don't think you're ready. He's meaning, not yet. But disappointments can get in there and sway us. And when he says, I don't think you're ready, you be like, forget about it. Can't believe you told me no. And you feel some sort of way about it. And then what you'll do is you might let your performance drop. You might let things sway on your job, and then next thing you know, you might be out of job because you interpreted no as no instead of not yet. So when we deal with disappointments, we cannot let our faith when Jesus said, answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. What she didn't hear was no, no, no. She heard, she heard exactly what he said. But she persevered and came and worshiped him, saying, Lord, help me. My daughter is sick. She's grievously vexed. I need your help. I know you can do it. I hear what you're saying, but I need your help. We can't let these disappointments sway us and get us off the track. We've got to keep on. We got to keep on pressing on. We got to keep on moving forward, and we got to keep that faith and know that he is able, even though he hasn't did it just yet. Amen. Amen. So now we're looking at here. We got this woman here. Her faith is strong. She persevered on through it. She heard the disciples telling them, Lord, send this woman away because she's making so much noise. And she said, I don't care what you're talking about with the noise. I need the master's help. She getting up to him, and he answered and said, I'm not sent but unto the lost sheep of Israel. And she said, I don't care. I need your help. I need your help. But another thing we got to understand is that when we seek after something from God, when we're looking out for, when we need something from God, we want to treat God sometimes like how he's man. We want to front with God. We want to shuck and jive with God. No, you can't do it like that. You got to come after him, and you got to be sincere. What I mean by that? There are so many cliches and catchphrases that float around the Christian church world now that if you know a couple of them, people would think, oh yeah, you got it going on. But all you know is a couple of catchphrases and cliches and so forth and so on. And that will mess you up. What you talking about, Chair? Now, if we jump back, the 22nd verse says, Behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. This is a woman that's not a Jew. She's a Canaanite woman. Back in the book of Mark, they refer to her as a Syro-Phoenician woman. She's not a Jew, but she's using Jewish terms. And she's using Jewish praise. O Lord, thou son of David. David has a whole lot of prestige within the Jewish faith, but you are a Canaanite woman. Why are you referring to him as thou son of David? Why are you fronting? Are you telling me what you think I want to hear? Are you coming at me like that? Perfect example. I'll never forget. I was in college. I was at a web jam at ODU. And I'll never forget this to this day. I can't remember the guy's name. I know his face if I ever seen him. But we was in the web jam. And I'm a freshman in college. First party. I got away from the house. My parents got to keep in mind, my daddy was a pastor. So I ain't never really go to no parties like talking about anyway. So I got away to college. And I'm in a party at school. And I'm sitting up in there, and they start playing Atomic Dog at the party. And I see all these guys, these Jews, doing this. So I'm sitting up here, and I don't know no better. I'm like this. Going out, doing all this stuff. Q comes up to me, grab me on my shoulder. Say, hey, dog, you a Q? I said, no, I'm Will. I didn't know what was going on. I'm Will. He said, well, that's our dance. If you are not Omega Psi Phi, you ain't got no business doing our dance. And I'm thinking, I'm a freshman in college. And I had to bite my tongue. Cause I'm like, man, I'm just partying. But you know I ain't say man. But I said, I'm just partying. He said, man, you don't know what I had to go through to become that. I said, all right, well, so be it. And I never did that again. But when we go back here, this woman, she comes at Jesus and says, oh Lord, thou son Listen, my daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. She come at him talking that Jewish talk, referring to him in Jewish praise. And now Jesus is saying to herself, I know you ain't a Jew. The many times the question, when people look at this text, they want to understand, well, why does he refer to her as a dog? Why does he come at her real cold-blooded like that? Because he said, well, since you don't want to keep it real with me, and you want to come at me with these Jewish catchphrases and these Jewish praises, and you're not a Jew, then let me be real with you. It says here in the 26th chapter, is it meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to the dogs? You want to front with me and call me thy son of David, but you're not a Jew. So let's be real here. Should I take the children's meat and cast it to you, the dog? Now, many times people they get lost in that. They get caught up in that. They try to figure out why he come at her hard like that. Because I got to believe that Jesus probably felt like, well, why she playing with me? You need something, just come at me. You're not a Jew. You don't know what that means. So why are you even referring to me like that? Be real. That's how we've got to be. Many times we want to front when we want to come at God. We want to shut and jive when we want to deal with God. We want to throw all of these different catchphrases and so forth and so on and not be real. Lord, I'm a sinner. Lord, I'm dirty. Lord, I'm trifling. Lord, I've fallen so many times. Will you help me? Just be real with them. Don't front with them. Be sincere. And now, even though what may appear to have been a front on the 22nd verse, when Jesus comes at her cold-blooded in the 26th verse, then she comes back and said, truth, Lord, yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. The actual Greek terms that they were used have been literally translated as little dogs or puppies, house pets. Yet the dogs eat of the crumbs that fall from the master's table. So I do understand what you're saying. Yes, you came to deal with the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Yes, they are indeed your children. Yes, they are sitting at your table. Oh, but you refer to me as a dog. I understand. I feel you where you come from in referring to me as a dog. But what you've got to understand is that even if I am a dog, I'm still in the house. And the reason why I'm telling you I'm still in the house, because I'm eating of the crumbs that's falling off of your table. As long as I'm in the house, I can be blessed. As long as I'm in the house, I can be forgiven. As long as I'm in the house, you can look out for me. You can call me a dog if you want to. It does not matter as long as I'm still in the house. That's what we got to understand. That's what we got to see. We got to see that yet when things don't happen to the timeline that we think they are supposed to happen to, that does not matter. That does not reflect anything on God's ability or inability to bless us. All that does is show the light on the fact that our timetable is not like his timetable. If he blesses us this today, then thank God. If he blesses us next year, then thank God. Only thing we need to know and make sure is that we are still in a position for him to bless us. Now,